What can we learn from the Astronomer CEO and the Shannon Sharpe settlement? Eh, Y'all, let's get into this thing right now. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, man. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all know I had to jump on here and get into this thing today. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but this thing is hot out here in these streets. And people have been asking me, Jeff, when are you going to say something about Andy Byron, the Astronomer CEO at the Coldplay concert? And what do you have to say about the Shannon Sharpe settlement? Now, guys, what you guys are going to learn, and I got my notes and stuff right here because I really wasn't planning on making a video, but I got my notes and stuff right here because I got, as y'all can see, y'all follow me on my other channel, Buy Now Sell Now Realty TV, here on YouTube. It's down in the featured channels, but I got to do that video next. But guys, what can we learn from the Astronomer CEO Andy Byron and Shannon? Shannon Sharpe has settled his case, and Andy Byron he's officially placed on leave. We know where this is heading. Guys, he went to the Coldplay concert. We all saw it. It's trending. The internet is undefeated. The memes are out there. And I think this is the best thing for the Shannon Sharpe settlement, because Shannon Sharpe went through his thing for a minute because there was nothing else to take over the news cycle. Well, this is the best thing for Shannon Sharpe because it has actually his settlement with prejudice, guys, which means she can't file nothing against him again. So this is huge. And one of the things that got me is I'm watching as a lot of creators out there. I get they're going to talk about the traditional values, sanctity of marriage, and all these kind of things that people are talking about. But y'all know this channel is different, man. And before I go on, y'all make sure you hit that like button, mash that subscribe button, man, because it really helps get the channel out. Y'all know I'm going a different route with this thing, right? I ain't gonna talk about the faux outrage and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna tell y'all some things we can learn. I think I got 3 things that we can learn from the Astronomer CEO and that we can learn from the Shannon Sharpe settlement. And this is where people are struggling, guys, because we keep having these unrealistic expectations for relationships. And then when those unrealistic expectations aren't met, there's this faux outrage, right? You can't, guys, if it was unrealistic in the first place, when somebody fails at the unrealistic standards, now all of a sudden we're out here condemning the hell out of them. Now, I'm not saying that he's not wrong. I'm not saying that he's right. I don't know their relationship. But here's what I do know, guys, as what we can learn from Shannon. Shannon Sharpe finally got the settlement. But look, guys, that's way too long, right? This girl initially wanted 50 million. I got to give Shannon Sharpe credit, but he told us what he was going to do, and he did it. But the Astronomer CEO, something fishy going on there, but that's going to come out later. Now, let's get into what I think we can learn. Okay, first thing, all relationships cost. It's going to cost you directly, or it's going to cost you indirectly. Okay, but when you get in them, be ready to lose it all or a chunk of it. I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. All relationships cost you directly or indirectly, and be ready to lose it all when you get into a relationship, or at least a chunk of it. Guys, the stuff we got taught growing up, what we thought was told to us by our forefathers, our older generations, we are now in a reality, and I'm talking about the Shannon Sharpe one now. Look at how much this relationship has cost Shannon Sharpe. Image. Look at how much. Same thing with the Astronomer CEO. It's cost him his image, cost him his brand deals. Now he's got to try to build back up. It's going to take a lot of YouTube videos to make up for what he lost. Now, don't get me wrong. He didn't fall all the way down. But now, hopefully, the real Shannon Sharpe and Ocho can get back to what they were doing, and Shay Shay can get back to what they're doing. Now, with this Astronomer CEO, he going to lose a chunk of his, right? When you decide to play that game, when you decide to have that life, it is not cheap. It is not cheap. Be prepared to lose it all or a chunk of it. And guys, guess what? Everybody, both parties must know that's going to happen. If you play this game, there's certain prizes. Some of them you gonna win, and some of them you not gonna win. And a lot of people right now are the Astronomer CEO and the Shannon Sharpe. They're just not popular. They're just not famous. Okay, so it's gonna cost you. All relationships cost you directly or indirectly. Second thing, guys. Second thing, learn how to be rich when you are poor. Learn how to live in abundance when you are living in lack. A lot of times, guys, we get taught all the technical things about being good at the job or being at the skill set needed, but we don't get trained for life. And the one thing you learn is that there's not enough elders out there, whether it's male or female. And I'm going to say this, guys, whether male or female, teaching people the life component of success or the life component of notoriety. See, guys, look, I'm not going to sit here and condemn these guys. What you're seeing is guys who got to the height of their profession and nobody taught them about the other stuff. We can see Shannon Sharpe is good at content creation. I'm pretty sure this guy, Andy Byron, did not get to become a CEO of this company. Same thing with the HR director. They didn't get to be at that level because they're stupid people. Clearly, they're smart people, technically, but nobody teaches them how to run the business of life at that level because we never had those people around to tell us. And let me tell y'all this, the secret to life is how to live that life at that level, right? Because nobody tells you. Shannon Sharpe knows now, though. Andy Byron gonna know now, though, right? Because most people who are in these high levels of creativity, they didn't have a silver spoon growing up. So that's one of the things you guys got to see. Learn how to be rich while you're poor. Learn how to be in abundance when you're in lack. And you better find a mentor who's going to tell you the truth about the other stuff. Because one of the things you guys are going to find is, if I'm good at something, yeah, let's say I'm a basketball player. The basketball is easy. Show up to practice, do the drills, work on your stuff, train, blah, 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 blah. Ain't nobody teaching me how to handle the women at the hotel, right? You trying to keep me away from them. You're not teaching me how to handle it. See, one of the things you guys got to understand is you got to be able to thrive in all environments. And if you don't know how to thrive in the environment, you try to avoid the environment. Well, what happens when the environment overtakes you? Now you don't know how to fight it, guys. So make sure you learn how to do all this stuff while you don't have, and study those people who do have so that you'll be prepared when you get to that level. Next, guys, if you wake up and focus on business, you won't fall prey to distraction. Guys, if you look at Shannon Sharpe, life was so good, he just got distracted. Andy Byron, man, you at the Coldplay concert right up the street from your house, according to reports. Guys, if they were focusing on business, this won't happen. And the people around you, that relationship that you in, that relationship, if it's tied to business, y'all wouldn't have done no stupid stuff like that at the Coldplay concert. If this girl was helping Shannon Sharpe with content creation, if they stayed focused on business, this wouldn't have happened. And I hate to say it, I'm not saying the act wouldn't have happened. I'm just saying we wouldn't have found out about it. See, because the point is, guys, I did a video earlier, a lot with the Joy Taylor and LaShawn McCoy and Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce getting fired. That stuff is happening all the time. Those people just know not to be public about it. And I think that one of the things we're finding is, if you get up and focus on business and you know that business is your daily purpose. I ain't saying you not doing stuff like that or it ain't going to affect you like that, but you going to realize that, damn, maybe I got to put some parameters around this thing. So I'm not hooked up at a Coldplay concert while my wife is at home and I end up on the Jumbotron. That was just a stupid move. And guys, let me tell you this. Sometimes good people make bad choices. Sometimes good people make bad choices. I don't know Andy Byron. I don't know Shannon Sharpe. But from everything that people were saying, good guys, that kind of thing. Now, I've seen some other reports about Andy Byron, but my point is sometimes good people make bad choices. And you guys got to realize that. Focus on business, guys. Focus on business, ladies. And I'm not saying distractions ain't going to happen, but you're going to be able to manage them better. You ain't going to find yourself in this position where you losing it all or losing a chunk of it and your reputation is in tatters. Think about all these brand deals Shannon Sharpe lost just like that. And then they just did the settlement and said, well, yeah, we acknowledge a long-term tumultuous relationship. I'm going to get into that in a different video. A long-term tumultuous relationship. That's going to be a different video for another day. But focus on business, guys. And anybody in your life got to be there for business. Ain't no such thing as business and personal when you at that level, right? When you decide you want to be a businessman or a businesswoman, ain't no such thing as personal relationship, You got to give up personal in order to thrive at business and stay focused every day. Because somebody coming to chop that empire down every day. Okay. Now, guys, I'm finishing this thing up. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and the lady's gonna get mad at me right now. Ladies gonna get mad at me right now. A relationship is a daily decision. A relationship is a daily decision. And what women got to understand is men are very simple. Men are very calm and all that kind of stuff. A man is not looking for intercourse. A man is looking for submission. Okay. He's looking for peace. And whoever gives it to him, in his role as a leader, in his role as a businessman, cater. If you don't have authority right now, if you're catering to the potential of his authority, if you're catering to his authority, if you're catering to the dream, that's what a man is looking for. The intercourse is an outward act. But what happened is this just didn't pop up. This woman understood who Andy Byron was, right? This woman understood who Andy Byron was that maybe the wife didn't. I'm not saying that it's legit, but I'm just saying to you guys, that's why it's probably happening. Shannon Sharpe, long-term tumultuous relationship, they were going back and forth. She was treating him like Shannon Sharpe, the football player. Then they get along when she treated him like Shannon Sharpe, the media mogul. Y'all see what I'm saying? What a man is looking for and what a man is fighting for is peace and submission. Now, we don't like that word submission, but a lot of people right now are driving people to these behaviors because they don't know what the other party is looking for. Peace and submission for the man, right? What I saw with that man was when he was hugged up on that woman like that, that was peace. That was submission. He felt like the leader of his company and the leader of her. And I'm telling y'all right now, go look at it until they got caught. He knew he messed up. He know it's over. But guys, once he became a CEO, he'll have to be punished. He gonna have to come out of the limelight. Some other company gonna hire him. You don't get to be CEO of companies like this with billion-dollar valuations and not be smart. Somebody else gonna hire him. Now he gonna have to carry this scarlet letter with him for the rest of his life. But somebody is gonna happen. Ladies, remember, men are looking for peace and submission. So everybody out here telling men how y'all bet, oh, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe yeah, this is what he was looking for, and she provided it. Okay, guys, what y'all got to understand is supply and demand don't care who meets it. Okay, now you can try to say, no, Jeff, you got to have some discipline. You got to have that. Yeah, you got to have some discipline. But this leads into the last thing. Social media is now governing relationships. Social media is now governing relationships, which is why the wife of Andy Byron immediately dropped her name. Now, there's speculation online that this was a setup. People already knew. I don't know. But social media is governing relationships. Your grandmother, grandfather, great-grandmother, great-grandfather, parents did not have to deal with social media and temptation 24/7. Temptation 24/7, and you can't escape it. So these traditional values no longer can hold up because we're just getting consumed by bomb after bomb, arrow after arrow, bullet after bullet. You can't get away from it, right? The only way you're going to adhere to traditional values is to not have a cell phone, not have a laptop, not have a computer. That ain't going to happen, guys. Y'all see what I'm saying? We are now in this digital world, and whether you want it or not, temptation is coming to you. So that goes back to why I was saying you got to wake up and focus on business and focus even harder on business. When you start getting that temptation sent to your phone, turn it off, and go work on a business plan. Go work on a marketing plan, right? Go meditate. Go do something, because guess what? If you keep seeing it, what the mind focuses on, you going to have. And it don't matter who provides it. And you got relationships right now who are suppressing, trying to tell themselves they're not fighting with this stuff. But reality is they are. And that's what I want you guys to understand. When you don't understand that you better have some balance on what you're doing on social media, especially if you're in a relationship, y'all better have some calendar hours where you can't be on it, because that temptation is not going to stop. Y'all look at Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, we saw where he went live on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. And you are successful and you got this social media that you can get to anybody you want right now. And for the right price, you can have anybody you want right now. Guys, that stuff didn't exist, which is why these traditional values and all these unrealistic expectations on marriage and relationship cannot stand, cannot work. Now, some of y'all gonna get down and say, nah, Jeff, that ain't true. My relationship real. Well, your relationship, your husband ain't the CEO of the company. Your man ain't Shannon Sharpe. See, what's happening right now, we got people who are trying to keep people at a low level Because the same thing happened at the low level that's happening at the high level. Just don't nobody know you at the low level. And guess what? They bad at it at the low level. So if you know the guy at the top getting caught, you know the guy at the low level getting caught. If you want to run game like this, you got to be just as good at business. Just as good at this running this game as you are at business. If you don't want to expose what's happening, guys. So social media now dictating relationships. Your traditional values, your vows don't matter, guys. Your vows don't matter. Look at what happens when people get divorced. They go right back on social media. That's who's governing the relationships. And we don't realize that if we don't get away from this social media thing, all relationships gonna end up like this at some point, shape or form, because there's not gonna be any rules in the arena. There's not gonna be any barriers you can't cross. And guess what? Go tell somebody you married right now in a long-term relationship. They laugh at you. Don't nobody believe it's happy. Don't nobody believe it's good. So why live up to these unrealistic expectations? This woman relationship was already over. That's why she dropped the name immediately when she saw that. Guys, there's only two types of relationships. It's two types of relationships. And I heard this said to me the other day. They've ended in divorce officially, and it's divorce, but not officially. I want y'all to think about that, man. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Is Jeff crazy or is Jeff owning something? Y'all tell me what y'all think about the Astronomer CEO. What y'all think about the Shannon Sharpe settlement? Jeff crazy or is Jeff owning something? Get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, guys. Until next time, we gonna holler.